Hello, everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. So, today I'm live with a very interesting topic, and this is a concern for most of the people, which people don't talk openly, but deep within they want a solution for that. And most of the times they are looking to make certain lifestyle changes, which can help them, come out of these issues. And I'm talking about something which is very common among people. It's related to digestive health. Most of the people feel bloated, they feel gastric acidity, and they constipated next day. So what are the things which we can do before meal, during the meal, and the after meal, which can help us come out of this bloatedness, acidity, or feeling heavy. So that's what we would be talking about today. And make a note if you are watching me, or if you are watching later point of time, so that you would remember those points, because it's just that we have a lot of knowledge but we don't implement them. And when you have any basic idea about things and when you implement it, that is way better than knowing a lot of things. So I will be going through a few pointers. I will help you understand the thought process and the mindful eating, the concept behind it. And if you implement them, you will have great benefit. So first thing which comes when you are thinking to work on your digestive health is, are we listening to the signal which our stomach gives? Like you would have seen, many times when you are hungry, really hungry, you get some sound in your stomach, cricket sound kind of comes. And many people, either they ignore that signal or they eat before that. They don't eat when they are really hungry. So the thing is, the communication between stomach, mind, and the response which we are giving has to be increased, because if we don't eat when we are hungry, most of the things won't work in place, because the digestive enzymes are not secreted that time when you are eating. You would be feeling most of the time bloatedness. So the one thing which we have to consider before we get into the topic about this is, you have to start listening to the signal which your body gives. Okay. And that happens only when consciously you are seeing what happens within your body. And when you feel hungry, when you are done, most of the time people overeat, because they are not understanding that they are almost done. Just because the food is tasty, they go ahead and eat them. So I will talk about few things, what should be done before meal, what should be done during the meal when you are having food, and what should be done after meal. So all those three things, if you implement, definitely you will not feel this problem of acidity, bloatedness, because this is a lifestyle change which all of us needs to go through if we want to have a clear gut. Okay. So what should we do before meal? Before you have your meal, what should be done? Okay. So the first thing you should be doing is have raw food 10 to 15 minutes before your meal. So if you are going to have your meal at 11 o'clock, make sure that 10:45 you have your raw food. It can be anything: raw vegetables, carrot, cucumber, radish, anything. And it increases your digestive health. It stimulates all the enzymes in a right way, as well as your digestion becomes better when you eat raw food. And second, half an hour before your meal, you should drink water, 100 to 150 ml of water. So it not only controls your overeating, but it also controls a lot of temptation which people get. Okay. So 10 to 15 minutes before, you should have raw food. It can be any raw vegetables. And half an hour before, you make sure that you drink water, 100 to 150 ml of water is needed. Okay. So that is the first thing which you should be doing before your meal. And when you have water before your meal, your enzymes also are not diluted, because that time the enzyme secretion has not started. So this is the best habit which you can do: having raw food without missing it every single meal before 10 minutes, and half an hour before meal, you should drink 100 to 150 ml of water. Okay. And so the thing is, as I told, like, most of the people currently are eating because they have a routine to eat. They have some dietitian who has told every time you should be eating every 3 hours, every 2 hours, and they follow a diet chart. They have follow a PDF format. They go through it and they eat. Even if they are not hungry, they eat. So what I want to recommend is, don't follow something blindly. Because if you don't connect with your own body, you don't understand when you really feel hungry, when you are really thirsty. Most of the times, if you just go through PDF, it will not help you. So we have to connect more to our own body, because see, if you have seen in your childhood also, when parents, you are running to your school, and mom and dad will be behind you, eat something, you're going to school. Even if you are not hungry, you eat, because it has become a routine kind of that. Okay, 1 o'clock I should have lunch. They go for lunch even if they are not hungry. It's 2 o'clock, or 5 o'clock, so you should go ahead and have dinner. Don't go by time. Definitely we should have a time for our lunch, breakfast and dinner. But if you don't feel hungry, it is okay to skip the meal. Nothing, don't rush for it. If you're not feeling hungry, it's perfectly fine that you skip the meal. Okay, so that is something which you can keep in mind, when you're thinking to working on your digestive health. Okay, and what should be done during the meal, because this is a long list of things which has to be done. So this is very important because this is the time when you are performing the action. So first thing which I personally have felt, and what I realized is, when there is a food plate in front of you, are you grateful for the food which you have got? Are you grateful for the person who has cooked the meal? Are you grateful for the farmers who has cultivated those things? Are you grateful for everyone who has involved in getting that fruits, vegetables and grains to you? So when you are very grateful for things which is there in your place, there is a great vibration surrounding to that. And the food, when you are closing your eyes and praying as well, you pray that the food would heal you. It will help you recover from all those things, and it will give you all the nutrients which it's supposed to give. So prayer, or showing gratitude before having your any meal, is the best thing which you can inculcate. Not only you, but when people see you doing in your family, everyone will start inculcating that. So make sure that you be grateful for what is available in front of you. Okay, and while having your meal, take care of your gadgets, because most of the times people watching TV, there is some movie running, fight scene is happening, something is sound is coming, or you are watching some things, you are scrolling through cell phone and then having your meal. So focus on what is there in front of you, because that way you can utilize it 100%. Because when you are distracted in so many things, many people you would see, they would be angry, they are upset while they are eating, something has gone wrong. And there is tendency that whenever you are angry, you are upset, you will overeat. So don't get into, if you are going to eat, put 100% focus or time into sitting and eating the food, because when you are eating it, you really have to involve in smell, the taste, and how does it because most of the time the digestion starts in your stomach. 50% of digestion should get over in the stomach. But if we are not focusing on it, you would be just swallowing the food. You would not be putting 100% attention to what is happening in your mouth. How does the food taste? How does the food smell? So that is something which is very much important. And take care of your mood. If you're really angry, upset or something, I don't think the food which you eat is going to help you, because many people, when they are upset and angry, they overeat. So have a peaceful mind when you are sitting to eat, and then when you eat, all the food which you eat, you will not overeat mostly, but whatever you eat, it will get utilized in your body properly. Okay, and the one thing which you can do is, whenever you eat, don't mix two types of grains. If you are eating rice, eat rice alone, don't add chapati in that. So don't have rice and chapati both. Many people, you will see, they will keep one bowl of rice and then two chapati. Definitely you will feel bloated. So maximum thing is, have one type of grain in your in your plate. And so you would have seen many times, we have a tendency that you will get certain amount of food, and once you have finished your food, you would feel like going for more, because if its food is tasty, definitely you cannot stop yourself, you like to eat more. And what happens that point of time, you get up, bring another serving and then start eating. So the best thing is, when you are eating, when the plate is over, you give yourself time, 2 3 minutes. Are you really hungry, or is that the taste is good, that's why you want to go ahead and eat extra meal? So if you give yourself 1 or 2 minutes of time, mostly your tendency to go and eat would vanish. Or if really you would, there is a urge to eat, there is a hunger, then you can go ahead and get it. But take care of the quantity size. What you had bought in first time serving, definitely you should not bring the same serving in the second time as well. Okay, so when you are feeling like eating extra, give yourself time, 1 or 2 minutes, and see, are you really hungry, or just that taste is good, you want to go ahead and grab some more. Okay, and many times I have seen, I mean, personally, whatever I am sharing, it is my experience as well, because that's how I had put almost 20 kgs of weight. So I used to eat till here. If I go to any party or anywhere, or even at home, if food is really good, I will eat to a point where there is no space for water, air or anything. So you should not eat 100% full. You should not be 100% full anytime. Make sure that you are 80% full and stop it. There should be a gap for water, there should be a gap of air. That's when the digestion process will happen. Else, how would the digestion happen? There is no space itself. So this is a great habit. Matter of fact, it will help you, come out of digestive health very soon. Make sure that you are not 100% full. 80%, once you are full, you have to, stop your meal. And uh, so there is a great thing which you can really see that people also should be doing. There should be a coordination between your hand and mouth. When you have taken one bite and you have kept in your mouth, the mouth is doing the process. You are chewing the food. You should chew it properly. At least 15 to 20 times you should chew when you have taken a bite. And when the war is happening inside, you should not take another bite and put it in your mouth. You should make sure that this part, whatever is happening right now, whatever is going through the process, has gone inside, and that's when you pick up the next bite. So when you do this, the digestion, as I was talking about, would be better, because almost digestion is over in your mouth itself. So make sure there is a proper coordination of your hand and mouth when you are eating, while having your meal. And the best thing which I realized, and I love doing this, is because, see, most of the times people have a dining table, they have a place to sit, and I would be seeing people sit on a bed spread, and then below they keep some paper, and then they sit and eat. I would suggest you, it's okay, there is nothing wrong, but if you can sit cross leg posture on floor and then you eat, that is the best thing. Because when you are sitting on a floor, and every time you bend to eat, there is some, your stomach gets squeezed, and that point of time the enzyme secretion becomes easy, and the secretion happens properly. So that's what is the scientific reason where people used to say that you can sit on the floor and then eat. But right now, even if you have a dining table, make sure that there is little gap, or it's little in a way where you are bending to have food. Okay, but definitely sitting on a bed and eating where a plate is down, you are little up, also is fine. But if you can make sure that you are sitting on a floor and then eating, that is the best practice, because it can help you secrete enzymes which will help for digestion as well. Okay. And so I think during meal, you understood that we have to be grateful for the food which is there in front of you. We have to check the environment, where you are. Do you have gadgets surrounding? Some movie is playing, some fight scene is going, or there is a noisy environment all surrounding, and then in the mid you are eating? Because it's a sacrosanct activities. I feel when you are eating, you should be totally focused on eating. That's when there will be awareness of what is going within, because what you eat becomes you. The food, what you are, is accumulation of what food you have been eating. Don't 100% eat any point of time. When one serving is done, wait for at least 2 to 3 minutes and check whether are you really hungry, or its taste is good, that's why you want to go ahead and eat them. Yeah, get some extra food. Okay. And what should be done after meal? So after meal, the one thing definitely we all should have in practice is sit at least for 5 minutes in Vajrasana position. And if you don't know what it is, I would suggest you to go and Google it. So sit for at least 5 minutes in Vajrasana position, which will help for stomach to digest food properly. And after that, if you want to take rest, you should sleep in the left side of your left, on your left side, and you can take some rest if you really want to. And that water which you should drink, you should not drink immediately. You should take at least 30 minutes after you finished your meal. You should drink water. Okay. So the one thing which will increase people who are diabetic, or they have problem of sugar fluctuations, and people who are looking to be active, once you finish your meal, after being in Vajrasana position for 5 minutes, make sure you walk for 10 to 15 minutes after that. Because when people do this activity, walk for 10 to 15 minutes, the spike in their sugar level doesn't happen that fast. So the sugar fluctuation also stops when you walk after your meal, taking a break for 5 minutes in Vajrasana position for 10 to 15 minutes. You can walk even 20-25 minutes. There is nothing harm. If you're thinking to lose weight or maintain your shape, then definitely you can track 25-30 minutes of walk after your meal. Okay. And the water which you should drink, you should not drink water immediately after your meal. You should definitely wait for at least 30 minutes of time. And so when you drink water after 30 minutes, definitely the nutrient does not get dissolved, because all the digestion process almost has started, and food has started moving. So give yourself at least 25-30 minutes of time. Okay. And last but not the least is, when you eat, there is a person who has cooked it. You should compliment them. And this is something, which will encourage, motivate people who are cooking. And when they would be cooking, they would be happy that they are cooking for you. Because see, when someone makes a food for you, it may be tasty, it may not be tasty. Upfront telling them food is not good, food is bad, why are you doing this? Complaining will never help you, because if you complain after having someone has cooked it, your digestion would never be better. Because the moment you get into that mode, your body becomes acidic. You are upset and things are so, whatever it may be. When you go ahead and compliment them, food was really good. So they really feel better. If the food is not good, they are also going to supposed to eat, and they will get to know what has to be changed. But we don't want to go up front, tell them that, complain about how the food quality was. So when you do this, people really feel motivated, and when they cook for you, they have better feelings, and they put that feelings into, preparation of the meal. And that definitely helps you, because everything has an energy, everything has a frequency, everything has a vibration. So when you think better and people cook, definitely the food quality would be better in terms of everything, energy level and a frequency which it has. So never miss on complimenting people who cook meal for you. It may be mom, your mom, dad, for anyone, whoever cooks for you, or someone who comes to cook, your cook maybe, you can compliment, for his or her effort. So I think if you do all those things, listening to your body, understanding when you are really hungry, when you are not hungry, and when you are done, it will definitely help you, come out of your digestive issues. And make sure that you have raw food 10 to 15 minutes before your meal, and have water 30 minutes before your meal, so that you don't overeat, as well as the enzyme secretion happens properly in your body. And during meal, be grateful for, what is there in front of you. Have 80% of your stomach filled. Don't over, do beyond that. Check your mood. Are you really upset, angry when you are having food? If so, then you can wait for some time and let your mood settle down, and then you can, get into having your meal. And when you are thinking to go ahead and fill another plate, you wait for a few minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, see whether you are really hungry, or is it the taste which is pulling you towards getting some extra food. Make sure that there is a mouth and hand coordination, because when you are eating, the food is digesting in your stomach. I mean, you are chewing the food, and same point of time, if you put another bite of food, it will not go through the same process. So have a proper coordination, and sit in a cross-legged position when you are going to have your meal, and sit on the floor, because that would definitely help you a lot. And after meal, sit in Vajrasana for 5 minutes. After 10 minutes, after having, sitting in Vajrasana for 5 minutes, you can walk for 10 to 15 minutes. It will help you maintain your blood sugar levels as well. And if you're looking to work on your fitness, or lose weight or something, you can walk a little more as well. So, and last, definitely compliment the person who has cooked the meal for you. So if you do all those things, and, consciously you have your meal, this acidity, bloatedness, you feeling heavy, constipation, everything will vanish over a period of time. Okay. So I hope this helped you. And if you like the, content, and if you know someone who is struggling with this concern, you can definitely share the video to them. It will definitely add, a value to them. And stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you.